talk to you guys about. I want to talk about the power of social media and how we can use social media to change the world. I know, it's a great and really interesting topic. What I want to do first is I'm going to define what social media is, all the aspects of it, and then I want to give you an example of how social media really changed the world, and I'm going to connect it back to us and how we can use social media to make a difference in our community that we're in today. Alright, so what is social media? Social media includes like Twitter, Facebook, texting, Instagram, all that good stuff. And and other things on the internet. But what I want to focus on today is how social media was used in the Middle East and how it differs from the use that we use in the US. Alright, so a good example of this was back in 2011. Social media was used to spread images of a man setting himself on fire in protest of the Tunisian government. This helped spark a revolution that was set across in the Middle East and went through all the countries, and the main country that really affected was Egypt. So to break it down, back in the US, we used Twitter to update our status. Yo, I'm at the mall, Facebook, taking pictures of yourself and uploading them on there, and you're just texting your friends oh, you want to hang out tonight or do this or that. Well, in Egypt, or throughout the Middle East and Tunisia, it was used similarly. And it was all expanded by Al Jazeera, which is the #1 news station in the Middle East. So what was happening was that Middle Eastern citizens, they were using Twitter and Facebook and texting to create events and telling people to be here and here to protest against the government. So what they would do, they'd text everyone after they posted something on Twitter or Facebook, and then everyone would rally behind it and they would protest against the government. So like I said earlier, the big way this was used was in Egypt, and the end result was the overthrow of Mubarak. And so what really happened is, like I said, they had their uprising in Tunisia, they spread the images through Algiers, caught fire in Egypt, and people were really unhappy what Mubarak was doing in Egypt. So they created Facebook pages, Twitter feeds, and they spread it all over the internet. And people would go on that, and then they'd be like, oh, and they'd like it, and they'd be like, I really want to get involved, I want to do this and this. And they'd start texting each other. And then so they would all flood to a spot to protest. And they're using social media to change the world. And what really, really helped here was Al Jazeera, the #1 news station in the Middle East. And what they did here is that Al Jazeera would capture the images and post them online, like on Facebook and Twitter as well, and even on Instagram. And that even helped create the fire even bigger, because through Al Jazeera, through social media, it was just getting bigger and bigger and bigger, to the point where the Egyptian people actually overthrew Mubarak and the government. This is one huge example of how social media was able to change the Middle East. Don't worry, there's more to come. So like I said, that's just one way how we were able to use social media, or social media was used in the Middle East, and was able to drastically change the Middle East. I mean, the Middle East isn't in good standings right now, but it's progressing. So what I'm here to challenge you today, and how I can connect social media usage to you, is that everyone has power to make a difference in this world. Whether it's the overthrow of a government, or a regime, or to just make awareness of some issue that takes a lot of concern to you. So, with the technology that we have today, there's no excuse that you can't change the world. If change can happen in the Middle East, change can happen everywhere. So if you really care about a subject, let's just say breast cancer, you really care about breast cancer, your mom has it or something like that, just create a Twitter feed, create a Facebook page, get people rallying behind you, have people donate money, and before you know it, it's going to catch fire, and you're really going to make a difference.
Woo! Such an inspiration! Woo! What an inspiration!
So as I close this all up, I just want to recap on the power that social media has anywhere in the world. There's no excuse that you can't use social media to make a difference. My challenge to all of you here today is to take that to heart and use all the resources that you have, no matter how small you may think they are. Social media is a very powerful thing, and you can use it to make a difference in this world. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed it.